Good evening, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes. And in today's live session, I'll be dealing with diagram-based Venn diagram questions. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Good evening to all those who joined the session. I'll be starting the session soon in another 1 minute. Yeah. Now this is starting, Hemalata. This is the first session for the topic called Venn diagrams. Very good evening, Maria Babu. Good evening to all those who joined the live session, and I request you all to share this link with your friends so that they can also come and attend this session. Quickly, you can share this link with your friends in your class WhatsApp groups, Telegram channel, whatever the social media you are in. Do share this link with all of them. And and all those who joined the session, do like the video. You will definitely learn something out of this session, because we are going to discuss one of the important topics from logical reasoning. I hope, as you are all aware, I have started a logical reasoning revision series, and this is sixth one in that series. You can see here. This is logical reasoning series number 6. I have already conducted 5 live sessions. In case if you fail to attend the live session, those videos are still available in my YouTube channel. You can watch them. As a part of logical reasoning revision 1, I have covered clocks and calendars, and as a part of 2, I have covered blood relations topic. As a part of revision 3, I have covered number series questions, revision 4 letter series, and the last one, revision 5, coding and decoding. And in revision 6, I'll be dealing with diagram based Venn diagram questions. I think from the title itself you might have understood what we are going to discuss. And in case if you have already attempted any competitive exams, if you have already appeared for any recruitment exams, you might have seen these type of questions asking in those exams, especially in the recent TCS NQT test, which has happened in October as well as in February last week. So these diagram based Venn diagram questions are playing vital role in most of the exams. And today we'll be dealing with all those type of questions. I'll be explaining how to approach, and then we will be answering 12 must solve questions from this topic. Right? Yes. So when it comes to Venn diagrams, you can expect majorly 3 types of questions. Type 1, you will be given with diagram followed by questions. A Venn diagram will be given to you, and you will be asked with few questions based on the diagram. Second, information based questions. You will be given with theory information, a paragraph information followed by questions. And the third one, kind of different questions, I can say miscellaneous. I'll be explaining these at the time of explaining the questions. Miscellaneous, variety type of questions. First 2, whether they give the diagram and ask the questions, or information is given and for which you have to draw the diagram and then answer the questions. More or less, first type, second type, both required same conceptual knowledge. That we are going to learn in today's session. Third type I will be explaining in another session or maybe in another video, as the time is not sufficient. Right. So when it comes to diagram based questions, but before that, first of all, what are these Venn diagrams? I know most of you may not like introduction part, but when you are learning, I always believe when you are learning something, you should know why we are learning, what is that, where we are going to use that. Now, Venn is the name of the scientist. He proposed diagrams to answer the questions easily. Pictorial representation of information, I can say. Pictorial representation of information. For example, let's say in a class of 75 students, it's given that 43 students take tea and some 39 students take coffee. In a class of 75, 43 students take tea, 39 students take coffee. If every student take either tea or coffee, if all the 75 students definitely take either tea or coffee, then how many students take both? How many students take only tea? How many students take only coffee? How many students take exactly one of these two? How many students take at least one of these two? How many students take at most one of these two? How many students take tea but not coffee? How many students take coffee but not tea? So what exactly I'm trying to say, from this small simple information, number of questions can be asked. We can say this is all analysis. This is all about analyzing the data, analyzing the information. So that analyzing the information is very important in real life as well. Normally, when people are doing survey and when they are gathering information or opinion or views of public, instead of representing that information in theory form in paragraph, they always use this pictorial representation to make data simple, so that a common man can also understand and thereby he can conclude or he can take his decisions from the information, data, I can say. For this data, to answer all these questions, I think I have written some 8 questions. These are some sample questions. More number of questions can also be asked. To answer all these 8 questions, this form of data is not useful. Therefore, we put this information in pictorial form. It's given that the class consists a total of 75 students. It's majorly given about 2 variables, tea, coffee. Given 43 students take tea and some 39 students take coffee. This is what given, right? Now, if I add this 43 and 39, I'm getting 82. Actually, strength of the class itself is 75. How do you get 82? That extra 82 minus 75, that 7 are repeated in both the circles. They are there in both circles. So that is intersection part, which is 7. So these 7 students take tea as well as coffee. In school days, we used to follow a formula. N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus A intersection B, all that. But nowadays, you don't need this formula to answer the questions from competitive exams. And moreover, formula will not help you in every situation for every question. So that's why we're going for a logical approach. So here, what did I do? If I add this 43 and 39, I am getting a total of 82. Actually, strength of the class is 75. How can you get 82 students? Because the strength itself is maximum 75, right? So if I subtract that extra 7, what we got is taking both tea as well as coffee. Now, out of this 43, if I take out this 7, this 43 minus 7, 36, these take only tea. Whereas this 39 minus 7, 32, these take only coffee, right? And if there are any student in the class who is taking neither tea nor coffee, we write them outside, but here there is nobody, because in the information, if you remember, I told you clearly, each of the student take definitely either tea or coffee. That means all the 75 students are distributed in the circle, there is no one. If there is anyone who is not in the circle, we write them outside. So what is this 36 represents students who take only tea? What is this 32 represents students who take only coffee? What is this 7 represents students who take both tea and coffee? So if I add all these regions, 36 plus 7 plus 32, I should get the total strength, which is 75. If you want, you can check. 36 plus 7 plus 32. 36 plus 7, 43 plus 32, 75. This is the total strength. That means all the students who belong to the class are spread in 3 regions. They are spread in 3 different regions. Only tea, only coffee, both tea and coffee. And if you write anybody here, that is none, neither taking tea nor coffee. And whereas this is total. Right? Yes. So in this video, in this live session, I am going to explain you only diagram based questions. That means diagram will be given to us already. We just have to answer the questions based on the diagram. Whereas the previous example what I told you, that was information based question. That means information was given, we have drawn the Venn diagram following, answering the questions. So this I will be covering in a different session. I will be taking one more session for information based questions. As I said, in this video, we will be discussing diagram based questions. Okay? Right. So when it comes to diagram based questions, majorly you will get 2 variable questions, 3 variable questions, and sometimes you may get 4 variable questions as well. 4 variable maximum. You hardly get 5 variable, but whatever 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable, diagram will be given to you already. Now normally in school days, let me draw a Venn diagram for 2 variables. If you remember, we represent the entire sample space in a rectangular box. Total number we write on the top corner, capital N, and for every variable we take a circle. We intersect the circles when there is a common region, when there is intersection. When there is a common portion, we intersect. If there is no common portion, we draw them separately. Right? We will see all those cases. So now let's say this is capital A, this is capital B, this is small a, small b, small c, and this is small n. Let us see what each region represents, because before we answering the questions, if you understand the basic concept, then answering the questions will be easy. Now some of you may be thinking, start the question straight away, but yeah, before I start, you should know what is each region. Now this small a represents only A, this small b represents only B, this small c represents both A and B, intersection, whereas this n, small n represents none, whereas this capital N represents total. Right? Now what is the relation among small a, small b, small c, small n, capital N? Total strength is equal to people who are inside, that is A plus B plus C, plus people who are outside, plus N. Do not get any confusion. Some of you may thinking that this is minus C. No. In case of small a, I have considered, let me change the color, I have considered only this portion. This is small a. Whereas small b is this portion. Small b is this portion. Whereas C is this portion. So here nothing got repeated. Right? If I write in terms of capital A, then that is different. If I write in terms of capital A, capital B, then it may be A plus B minus C. That is different. Because when I write in terms of capital A involved the entire circle, capital B involved the entire circle. So when I took capital A and capital B, this portion got repeated. That's why we subtract ones. But do not get any confusion. Capital A is different, small a represents different. So here small a is only this portion. Small b is only this portion, C is common. So somehow this A plus B plus C tells us how many are in the circles, inside the circle, and the small n represents how many are outside the circle. So people who are in the circle plus people who are outside the circle will give you total strength. Right? So this is when it comes to 2 variables. You understand? When it comes to 3 variables, let me draw the general diagram for 3 variables. Capital N, capital A, capital B, capital C, where capital A, B, C are events like tea, coffee, Horlicks, or cricket, tennis, football, speaking Telugu, Hindi, English, something like that. And small n. So this is small a, small b, small c, d, e, f, g. So here small a represents only A, capital A, small b represents participating in only capital B event, small c represents participating in only capital C event, whereas D represents, all of you listen carefully, D represents both A and B but not C. D represents both A and B but not C, right? Whereas D plus G represents A and B. D plus G represents D plus G. This entire region represents A and B intersection. So there is a difference between A and B but not C, whereas A and B simply. Okay. Similarly, this E represents A and C but not B. A and C but not B. Whereas E plus G represents A as well as C. A as well as C, right? This F represents B and C but not A. F represents, whereas G plus F represents B and C. So there is a lot of difference between B and C but not A, simply B and C. Whereas this G represents all three. G represents who are there in all three events. Okay. If I ask about exactly one event, if you want to know exactly one event, right? Exactly one event. Exactly one is nothing but small a plus small b plus small c. Whereas exactly two events, nothing but d plus e plus f. Exactly three events, g. Similarly, if the question is something like at least one. What do you mean by at least one? What is the meaning of at least one? Minimum one. So it can be 1 or 2 or 3. 1 is nothing but a plus b plus c, plus 2 is nothing but d plus e plus f, plus 3 is nothing but g. That is at least one. Similarly, if you are asked to find at most one, what is the meaning of at most one? Maximum one. So it can be 0 or 1. What do you mean by 0? Not participating in anything, that is small n, and 1 is nothing but a plus b plus c. That is at most one. Similarly, at most 2 is nothing but 0 plus 1 plus 2. At least 2 is nothing but 2 and more. At least 2 is nothing but 2 and more. At most 2 is nothing but 0, 1, 2. So it's all about understanding the information and picking up the proper regions. Right? One last one from this information. You will understand better while answering the questions. This is all introduction part, just to give you the concept. If I ask you A or B, A or B, A or B. What do you mean by or? Or is nothing but union. And is different, or is different. Or is nothing but A or B. I have to consider the total circle. So that is A plus B plus E plus D plus G plus F. That is A or B. If I say A or B but not C, A or B but not C. What do you mean by but not C? I have to exclude C. So if I exclude C, then the leftover is A, D, B. So that is A plus D plus B. So if you see, there is a lot of difference between, these are very sensitive, there is a lot of difference between A or B but not C. So accordingly, you need to pick up. So what exactly I am trying to say, the topic is not so difficult but very sensitive. If you don't understand the question properly, there is a chance of picking up wrong answer. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Okay, so let's start with the questions. But before I move to the questions, here in school days, for 3 variables, normally we used to follow circle for each event, like tea, coffee, milk or something like that. But the scientist, who proposed these Venn diagrams, he never ever mentioned that one has to use only circles. You can use any geometrical shape. That's why people use different shapes for different variables to test your creativity, right? So that you know how good you are at coming out of the confusion. Let's say the same 3 variable Venn diagram can also be written like this: triangle, square, circle, tea, coffee, milk, something like that. Small a, small b, small c, d, E, F, G. Here also A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Though both Venn diagrams are similar, but most of us are comfortable only with this type of Venn diagrams because from childhood onwards we have been following this. So what exactly I'm trying to suggest you from this live session is try to get comfortable with these kind of diagrams as well. Both are same, but we are very much comfortable in dealing with these diagrams compared to this. But in the competitive exam, you have to expect more of this type of questions because people always ask you to come out of your comfort zone. Yeah, sure, Bhavani. I'm planning to make some general videos also. Thanks for your suggestion. And are these videos for placement preparation? Absolutely, Rohit. These are for placement preparation only. Every video that I make, Rohit, is for placement preparation because I normally I'm dealing with engineering students and engineering colleges. So my main focus is on placements. But as you know aware, the aptitude is same whether it is for placements or any competitive exams. Right now, I think RRB, SSC, CGL, those exams are going on. So whether it is campus placements, people call it as CRT, right? Campus recruitment training, or if you write any RRB exam or SSC, or CGL. So whatever the bank exams, IBPS or other bank PO exams, or if you write SI constable exams, whatever the exams, government exams, private exams, aptitude is more or less same. It is unique. Only few things change, the level of difficulty and one or two topics, right? Yeah, I will be making videos soon. I will be making videos on verbal ability also, but for that I need encouragement from you guys. You have to share my videos to as many as you can. I told you in my last video also, what is wrong in sharing these videos in your classroom WhatsApp groups, right? Rather than forwarding all unnecessary message and fake news, if you forward these links in your WhatsApp groups, students will get benefit, right? And they will thank you also. And my channel my videos are completely for free of cost. I don't promote anything. I don't ask you to join for any course, offline or online. These are completely for free of cost. So if I have to make more videos and if I have to come live frequently, I need your support. Just for the sake of 15-20 students, I cannot make the videos, right? You need to understand. And I totally appreciate your support, whoever attending my sessions regularly. Yes, I need I appreciate your support and I hope you will continue this. Whatever the things that you want, you can post in the comment, you can comment in the live chat, whatever the topics that you are expecting me to teach. Yeah, you can always approach me with your requirements. And based on the time availability, I will definitely make videos on those things. Okay? Yeah, sure. As I told you, yes, we all need motivation at the end of the day, right? Without motivation, no one can give his or her best. So for me, the motivation is my video should reach as many students as possible, so that I'll get energy to make more videos, to teach more things, difficult problems, good problems, all those. Right. So that's about 3 variable questions. So we'll start with the discussion. Yes, shall we? Okay. Anything that you want from me, you can post in the chat box. You have all that. And those who are watching my video, do not forget to like it. And now also immediately you can share, because we haven't started problems. You can share these videos with your friends. Padma Sai is asking, I need more videos on aptitude than reasoning. I will come one after the other, Padma Sai, definitely. I cannot satisfy you all, right? So you may say you need more on aptitude, quantitative aptitude. Some students say they need more on reasoning, right? So I will definitely try to make videos on all the topics. You just have to wait. You just need to be patient. I will definitely. Now logical reasoning revision series is happening. With another 2-3 topics, this logical reasoning series will get over. Then I will start a quantitative ability series as well, right? Okay. So if that is the case, Hemalata, you can always approach me with your doubts. Yes, if you are unable to solve the problems, you can approach me with your doubts. I will definitely try to help you. And you can also send me the questions if possible. If the questions are really good, I'll make YouTube videos and I will upload, so that along with you, others can also watch and learn from them. If the questions are really good, the questions what you are studying are really good and are exam level standard, then I will make videos explaining those questions and I will upload in my YouTube channel so that you can go through them. Right? Yes, let's start today's topic. The questions. Diagram based Venn diagram questions. Right. Yes, so we'll be discussing different types of questions. So I'll be giving you time first. I'll be making the timer also. First 30 seconds I'll be giving it to you to solve the questions. Right. Yes. So we'll start with level 0 and slowly we'll increase the level of difficulty. Okay. Now, as I already told you in the beginning of the video, there are 3 types of questions from this topic. One is diagram based, which we are going to discuss in this live session, today's session. Second, information based, which I will be making a separate video for that. And then relation based, third type. We'll be discussing type 2, type 3 in a different live session. In today's live session, only diagram based questions. Okay. Right. First question. I'll be giving you 30 seconds for you and I'm expecting quick response from you for the question. As I said, we'll be starting with level 0 and slowly we'll increase the level of difficulty. Appreciate all those who are responding with the question. Okay. The question is, from the information given below, find out the number of people who do not read any newspaper. So here total 420, we are given the total 420. 85 read Hindu, 200 read Indian Express. So 85 plus 200, 285 plus 60 read both. So as I told you, people who are inside is 85 plus 60 plus 200, which is altogether 345. From the total 420, 345 are in the circle. So the people who are not in the circle is 75. 75. That is option D is the answer. 75. Option D. Right? 75 people are not in the circle. So those 75 do not read any newspaper. First of all, people who read any of the newspapers is 85 plus 60 plus 200, which is 345. So from 420, if I subtract that 345, remaining 75 do not read any of the newspapers. So these are simple questions. So just watching the video is not sufficient. I want you to comment with your answer. Do involve yourself in the session. Try to answer the questions. Right. Let's move to the second question from the Venn diagrams topic, that is diagram based questions. And this question which I am asking you now is 2019 GATE question. This is asked in GATE 2019 for one of the engineering branches. So you can try this question. Yes. Expecting a quick response from all those who are attending this live session. Okay. So as the time is over, let's see what is the answer for this. Now the question says, out of the total number of people, the percentage of administrators shall be in the range of. First of all, in this diagram, it's given that this rectangle is administrators, this circle is researchers, and this triangle is teachers. So administrators are 10 plus 20 plus 20, 50. So administrators are 50. You're asked to find these administrators is what percentage of the total number of people. Total number of people is 70 plus 10, 80, 100, 120, 160. So total number of people 160, in that administrators 50. So administrators is what percent of total, that is 50 by 160 into 100. So if I simplify this, get cancelled. Normally, if instead of 16, if I take it as 15, then 5 by 15 is 1 by 3, which is 33.33%. 1 by 3 is nothing but 33.33%, right? So 5 by 15 is 33.33. 5 by 16, that means more the denominator, lesser the fraction value. So 5 by 16 should be just less than 33.33%. So that you may get around 31, 32. So that lies between 31 to 45, which is option B. Option B. Yes, I appreciate all those who got the answer as option B. You are absolutely right. But here for 5 by 16, I did not do any calculations here. You need to understand. 5 by 15 is 1 by 3, which is 33.33%. 5 by 16 is less than 5 by 15. 5 by 16 is less than 5 by 15. How do you know? More the denominator, lesser the fraction value, right? When the numerator is same, more the denominator, lesser the fraction value, right? Okay, so let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Question number 3 from Venn diagrams. As usual, I am giving you the time. I will be increasing the level of difficulty slowly, question by question. Still, you can share this live session video link with your friends, your classmates. They can come and join. These sessions are completely for free of cost, and you can learn a lot from these sessions. Right. Here is the answer for the question. So, find the area which shows the student studying biology and computer but not mathematics. Biology and computer. So biology and computer is nothing but this region, 5 and 7, this, but not mathematics. So if I exclude this mathematics, then 7 is the answer. Answer 7. Answer 7. I repeat, we want biology and computer. Biology and computer is nothing but this 5 plus 7, 12, 5 plus 7. But in this, we were told that do not include mathematics students. So if I exclude this mathematics 5 students, then remaining is 7. So answer option B, 7. Right? Clear? Following? Yes, as I said, you just have to follow the diagram and answer the question. Suppose in the same question, if I ask you biology or computer, and instead of and, if I say or. Instead of and, if I say or, what is your answer? Biology or computers, but not mathematics. Do not go by options. Do not go by options. You just comment with your answer, because these options are for the question asked. I have changed the question. Now let's see how many of you can answer. If the question is biology or computers, but not mathematics, what is your answer? So then in that case, answer is biology or computer. So or in the sense I have to take total but not mathematics. So I have to exclude the mathematics circle. If I exclude this mathematics circle, remaining 2 plus 7 plus 3, which is 12, is the answer. 12 is the answer. 12 is the answer for the question which is biology or computers but not mathematics. Biology or computers but not mathematics. Is that clear? But as he asked biology and computers, that is 5 and 7, but not mathematics, so 7. You understand, with one word the entire question changes, thereby answer also changes. Clear? Right. Let's move to the next question. Next one. What is your answer for this? Right. Let's see what is the answer for this question. The question says, in the given figure, how many cardboard boxes are not white? How many? These are, by the way, triangle represent cardboard, circle represent boxes, and this rectangle represents white. So we want cardboard boxes. Cardboard as well as boxes, that means intersection. So what is intersection of triangle and circle? Intersection of triangle and circle is 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is cardboard and boxes. But out of these we don't want white. So as this 7 is part of this white, as this 7 is part of this white, we have to ignore 7. So answer is 6. Option A. Answer is 6. Option A. Clear? We want cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes is nothing but cardboard as well as box. So cardboard and box intersection, cardboard is triangle, box is circle, so intersection is 6 and 7, but out of that 7 is in white. We said do not include which are in white, so if I exclude this 7, then remaining is 6, and that is the answer. Okay, yes. In the same question, instead of I think the same question we have answered in the last one, right? So let me give you another question. This one is clear, right? Answer for this is 6. Now let's move to the next one. Question number 5. So again, I am expecting a quick response from you. All these are previous exam questions. Right. Let's see what is the answer for this question. The question says, how many, in the given figure, how many papers are also hard? How many papers are also hard? By the way, this triangle represents brown, circle represents paper, this rectangle represents hard. So we want papers which are also hard, and that means intersection of papers and hard. So that is intersection of circle and this rectangle. So intersection of circle and rectangle is this 9 and 14, which is 9 plus 14, 23 is the answer. 9 plus 14. We want papers which are also hard. Papers which are also hard. So intersection of circle and rectangle, so that is 9 plus 14, 23 is the answer. You guys are absolutely right. I really appreciate all those who got the answer. Rest of the people, find out what went wrong. If your answer is other than 23, find out what went wrong and try to learn, right? We want which are papers as well as hard. So intersection of papers and hard. By the way, what is so special about these questions? This is same like the 3 variable question, but because of the diagram, that is different shapes used for different variables, there is a hurry. Take time and try to answer this question. Very confusing. I think altogether 4 variables are there. Dancers, student, boy, cricket player. So I have increased the level of difficulty. All those who are watching this session, do not forget to like the video. And as I said, I have been telling you repeatedly, do share this link with as many students as you can, or with all your friends. Yes. Only one person commented with answer so far. Let's see what is the answer here. Okay. Now, first of all, the question says, how many students are dancers and cricket players but not boys? Dancers and cricket players but not boys. Okay. So, first of all, cricketers is this triangle. In this we have 2, 4, 8, 3, 12, all these numbers 2, 4, 8, 3, 12, 17, all these are cricketers. In this we want dancers as well as cricketers. So dancers is this square. So what is common to now triangle and square? What is common to triangle and square? 4, 8, 3 and 12. 4, 8, 3, 12. These are in square as well as in triangle. These are dancers as well as cricketer. Out of this, we don't want if any of these are boys. We don't want if any of these are boys. So boys is this one, right? So in this, what is there? 8. I have to exclude, right? Dancers and cricketers, but not boys. So if I exclude that 8, remaining 4 plus 3 plus 12, which is, how many? We want students also. Students also. How many? I forgot this. Students. How many students? Dancers, cricketers. So we want students and dancers and cricketers. 3 things. Right? So in this students, dancers and cricketers, but not boys. This 12. One second. So out of this dancers and cricketers as well as students, right? So if I exclude boys 8, because this is part of boys, this 3, this 6, 5, 9, all these are boys, I have to exclude these. In the remaining 2 is in triangle, which are cricketers, but they are not dancers, so I have to exclude that also. 18 only students, I have to exclude that also. 6 are dancers but they are not students, I have to exclude that also. 8 are only dancers, 3 are only dancers, 2 are only these are dancers as well as students but not cricketers, because that is not there in triangle, I have to exclude that also. 17 only cricketers, I have to exclude that also. 7 this 7 is not in triangle, so I have to exclude that also. Right, this 5 is not in triangle, so I have to exclude that also. Now leftover is these 4 and these 3. These 4 are students because that is in circle. Students represent circle, right? And these 4 are in square, so they are dancers. And these 4 are in triangle, so they are cricket players. So this 4 we want. And coming to this 3. This 3 is in triangle, that means cricket players. That 3 is in circle, so that means they are students. And that 3 is in square also, that means they are dancers. So 4 plus 3, answer 7. Option A is the answer. Right, I appreciate all those who got the answer as A, 4 plus 3, 7. Because these 4 and 3 are only students, cricketers, dancers, and they are not boys. Okay, this 12 also I have to exclude because these are not in students, right? Why I have excluded this 12? That is not in circle. We want students, dancers, cricketers, but not boys. So when the variables are too many, obviously you may get little confusion, but that's where you need to be, you need to stick yourself to concepts, basics. Okay, right. Let's move to the next question. Question number 7. In a way, we are fortunate to answer these questions because diagram is already given. You don't have to draw the diagram. Next one. Again, I am giving you 30 seconds. Then I will explain. Yes. In the given figure, how many metallic balls are also heavy? 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 So this represents metallic, these are balls, and this represents metallic and this represents heavy. So we want how many are all three? How many are all three? Right? Okay, let's see what is the answer. So metallic balls are also heavy. Balls, heavy, metallic. We want intersection of all three. So if you take this 31 is in all the three. 31 is in balls circle diagram. This 31 is in heavy also, and this 31 is in metallic as well, right? Any other thing? 40 is not in metallic. This 40 is not in this metallic, right? So that cannot be considered. This 66 is not in ball, so that cannot be considered. So the one which is in all of them is this 31. So answer 31, right? Answer 31. Okay, is that clear? Some of you commented with answer 97, but 66 is not part of balls. 66 is not part of ball, so we cannot take it. Right? 66, these 66 are heavy, these 66 are metallic, but they are not balls, right? We want metallic balls which are heavy as well. So intersection of all three, this 31 only. So answer option C, 31. Is it clear? Right. Let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Now try this. What could be the answer for this question? In the given figure, how many keys are duplication but not steal? How many keys are duplication but not steal? Yeah. How many keys are duplication but not steal? Waiting for your answer. Need quick response. Okay. Let's see what is the answer. First of all, we want keys duplication but not steal. So that should be in keys as well as duplication but not in steal. So what are the things which are in keys as well as duplication? This entire triangle is steal and this is duplicate. So what is common? 18. Keys as well as duplicate is 18. Keys as well as duplicate is 18. But not steal. So if any of these keys as well as duplicate are in steal, we have to ignore. But unfortunately, all these 18 are also part of steal. So there is nothing which is only duplicate and keys but not steal. First of all, keys and duplicate is 18, and this 18, entire 18 is in steal as well. So what the question is? Keys and duplicate but not steal. So there is nothing which is keys, duplication but not steal. So answer 0, option C. I appreciate all those who got the answer C, that is 0. Okay, right. Let's move to the next question. Next one from diagram based Venn diagram question. This is previous TCS question recently asked, and let's see how many of you can get the answer for this question. The question is, the number in the Venn diagram indicates the number of people watching TV programs. It's given movies, news, songs. The diagram is drawn after surveying 150 persons in a population of 12,000. How many people can be expected to watch at least 2 TV programs? So I'll be waiting for your response. Yes. What is your answer for this? Okay. Let's see the answer here. First of all, we want people who are expected to watch at least 2 TV programs. I told you in the beginning of the video while introducing, what do you mean by at least 2? That is 2 or 3, because here total 3, right? What do you mean by 2? Exactly 2. So this 24, 16, 10, these people watch exactly 2, and these 4 people watch all 3. So 2 plus 3, that is 24 plus 16 plus 10 plus 4. 24 plus 16 plus 10 is exactly watching 2 channels, whereas 4 is watching all 3 channels. So that is altogether 40, 50, 54. So these 54 people are watching at least 2 TV programs. At least 2 TV programs. Right? Now this 54 is out of 150. He said a sample of 150 persons have been surveyed. In that 150, 54 are watching. So this is something like this. Out of 54, if 150 are watching, this is something like, out of 150, if 54 are watching, then out of 12,000, how many are expected to watch? In 150, 54 are watching. In 12,000, how much? So it should be 54 by 150 into 12,000. Right? So if I simplify this, 0, 0 get cancelled, 5 ones, 15 8s, 120, so 54 into 80, 54 8s, 432 and 0. So 4,320, that is option B is the answer, 4,320. Right? So question is, first of all, we want people who watch at least 2 TV programs. At least 2 is nothing but 2 or 3, 2 or more than that. So 2 or 3, here 3 is the maximum, right? So 2 is 24 plus 16 plus 10, which is 50, and all 3 is 454. But this 54 is out of 150 people. But we are asked to find in a population of 12,000 how much can be expected. So if in 150 54 people watch, then in 12,000 how many can watch? 4,320. That is option B is the answer. Right? Yes. I appreciate people who have responded with the answer. Let's move to the next question. Next one, as I said, all these are important questions in competitive examinations point of view. Here is the next one. Again, another previous TCS question. What is your answer for this? Thank you, Rohit, for your motivation, your encouragement. Thank you. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting a huge crowd because I'm in my beginning days of live sessions. So yeah, I'm also hoping in future I'll get more viewers. Thank you. But need your support, you in the sense people who are all watching. One thing what I don't understand is, people are not actually sharing these videos. I mean, when you can share those fake messages, unnecessary videos, why can't you, why not these useful videos, right? Definitely, if you are from an engineering college, you must be having WhatsApp groups, right? Class-wise, branch-wise WhatsApp groups, so you can share in those. Okay, here is the answer for the question. The question says, how many married graduates are either North Indians or soldiers but not both? First of all, it's a 4-variable Venn diagram, so you need to be very careful. You can't be in a hurry to answer the question. First of all, we want married graduates. So married is represented by circle, graduates is represented by this triangle shape. So married graduates are nothing but intersection to circle and triangle, which is 6, 12, 4, 7. So these are all married graduates. These are all married, and in the sense they are in circle as well as in triangle, right? And 5 also. 6, 4, 12, 7, 5. These are married graduates. Is that clear? Out of this, how many of these are either North Indians or soldiers, but not both? First of all, this 5, that is anyway we have not taken, right? This 6, these 6 people are not part of soldiers, and these 6 are also not part of North Indians. So therefore I have to ignore. We want either North Indians or soldiers, so 6 we are ignoring. And this 7 also, this 7 is also not part of North Indians, not part of soldiers, ignored, right? Now this 4 is both. This 4 is both. These 4 are in North Indian circle shape and also in soldiers region, so I have to ignore because we don't want both, right? Now this 12 are North Indians, these 5 are soldiers, so we have to consider these two. 12 plus 5, 17 is the answer. Unfortunately, options are not provided for this question, but answer is 17. Answer is 17, right? 17. Why I have ignored these 4? Because these 4 are in soldiers region as well as in North Indians region. We don't want both, right? We want either only North Indians or soldiers. Once again, let me tell you. First of all, married graduates. Married graduates are nothing but 6, 12, 7, 4, 5. These are all married graduates. Out of this, these 6 are not North Indians, not soldiers, so ignored. These 7 are not in North Indians, not in soldiers, ignore, right? And this 4 is in both, so ignored. We don't want both also, so remaining 12, 5, which is 17. Therefore, answer for this question is 17. Okay, followed? Right. Let's move to the next question. Next one. Here is the question. This is also the recent TCS exam question. In case if you have taken the exam, you might have seen this question in your exam. Let me tell you, here triangle represents males, hexagon represents corona warriors, circle represents doctors, and this rectangle represents government employed. Rectangle, arrow marks, you can see the arrow marks here, right? This rectangle government employed, hexagon corona warriors, triangle males, and circle doctors. Read the question and find out the region which satisfies this question. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what is the answer for this question. What the question is asking us to find: how many government employed doctors, government employed doctors that means we want intersection of rectangle and circle. Intersection of rectangle and circle. So what is the intersection of rectangle and circle? 35, 14, 16, 22. This is intersection of circle and rectangle. That means government employed doctors. In this, how many are corona warriors but not males? We want who are in corona warriors circle but not males. So this 35 is in males, I have to exclude. Okay, 14 is not in corona warriors, not male, so I have to exclude. And then corona warriors are in hexagon, 22 plus 16, right? But this 22 is also in male, so I have to ignore this also, because these 22 are also in male. We don't want to be in males, right? So 16 are corona warriors. So these 16 are government employed doctors and corona warriors, but not male. So answer 16, option A. Yes, appreciate all those who responded with answer option 16. Answer 16, option A. Is that clear? So what we are actually doing, we are first of all we should understand the question and we need to pick up the proper region which satisfies that. Clear? Hope you followed. And here is the last question from this diagram based Venn diagram questions. Last one. Yes. Last question from this diagram based Venn diagram questions. Yes, and expecting you to respond for this last question as well. This is also a recent TCS NQT exam question. And not only in TCS exam, in all other recruitment exams like in RRB, SSC, other IT companies like Infosys, TCS, Microsoft. So in most of the exams, this Venn diagram plays vital role. The reason is it's not mathematics. This is something which is related to our day-to-day life research, day-to-day life collecting the information, gathering the information, representing the huge data in a simplest manner. So this is what involves in our day-to-day life, right? So that's why you must know, irrespective of the job industry that you are preferring in future. In every industry, this is used. This information, classifying the information is very important. Data, we call it as data analytics, data interpretation, all that. Okay. Let's see what is the answer for this question. First of all, here square represents hockey players, triangle represents students, circle represents athletes, and rectangle represents tennis fans. Now the question is, how many athletes playing hockey are either students or tennis fans, but not both? So first of all, we want athletes playing hockey, right? So athletes is circle, hockey is square. So what is intersection of circle and square? 10, 5, 9, 8. These 10, 5, 8, 9 are hockey players as well as athletes, right? Out of these, how many are either students or tennis fans? Students or tennis fans, but not both. So first of all, what is intersection of students and tennis fans? That is both in triangle as well as rectangle. This 8. This 8 is in tennis region, also in student region. So I have to ignore 8. 9 I have to take because these 9 are tennis fans. 10 I should not take because these are not students, these are not tennis fans. 10 is not in triangle because they are not students, and 10 is not in tennis also. So I have to ignore. So now leftover is 5, right? So leftover is 5. Now these 5 people and anything that I left out, 9, and these 5 people. These 5 people are hockey play. These 5 people are students. These 5 people are students. We want students, right? So 5. So out of 4 numbers, 2 I have ignored. Why I have ignored 2? 8 is both, 10 is neither. So the regions what are satisfying my condition? 9 and 4, 9 and 5, 9 plus 5, 14 is the answer. That is option D. Answer 14. 9 plus 5, 14. Is that clear? I repeat. First of all, we want athletes playing hockey. Athletes playing hockey. Hockey is square. Athletes is circle. So intersection of square and circle is 10, 5, 9, 8. Out of these 4 numbers, how many are either students or tennis fans, but not both? So here 8 is in both. 8 is in tennis fans region, also in students region, so I have to ignore because we don't want both, right? And 9 I have to take because these 9 are tennis fans and they are not students. So 9 we have to consider. This 10 is not in students, not in tennis fans. If had it been in triangle, we would have considered for students, and that is not in rectangle also, so ignored. And this 5, these are students, so I have to consider. So 9 plus 5, 14, option D is the answer. Is that clear? So these are the 12 questions that I have selected, and these you must solve before you go to any competitive exam. So that's about today's live session, diagram based Venn diagram questions. So do not forget to like my videos, do share with as many as you can, and anything that you would like to convey, you can comment, and If you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe immediately. In the description link, I have provided my Telegram channel link as well. So you can subscribe to my Telegram channel. So if you subscribe to my Telegram channel, you will get to know about the latest updates, and I will be sharing the material also. I have already shared PDF material for blood relations, number series, letter series, coding, decoding, clocks, calendars. So you can download those PDFs and you can practice. And thank you so much. I will update you about my next live session. As I said, I got the